Did you know you can take courses to get trained in mental health first aid? Tamika Martin is a trainer at Alta Point. I bet a lot of you have the same look on your faces that I did when I first heard about this, like, what? So, what is mental health first aid?
Well, basically, mental health first aid is an 8-hour course that we offer where we teach people who are not familiar with our field how to recognize the symptoms of mental illness. We teach them how to have a plan of action to help someone and be proactive before crises occurs.
How do we know if someone needs help? What signs, symptoms should we look for?
You're looking for anything outside of their norm, anything that's going to affect their day-to-day life. It can be they're sleeping too much all of a sudden. They're talking more about death or dying. They're saying things, they may not say things directly to you about wanting to die, but they may say the world may be better if I wasn't here, or it doesn't matter if I wake up tomorrow or not. Or they may go to the other side of that where they are so super busy that it's risky for their own life.
So those are all things that should be taken very seriously when anyone starts talking like that.
Definitely, especially if it's something that just all of a sudden, because sometimes there can be incidents that trigger those things, and that's the kind of thing that you want to avoid, because if they've had some kind of trauma, triggers can bring about these behaviors as well.
So why is it so important for us to know mental health first aid?
If we understand mental health first aid, then we, like I said before, we can be more proactive in helping someone avoid going into a crisis, or we have the tools that we need to help de-escalate the crisis once it's begun. And so why it's going to be the most important is just because overall we just all can be educated on mental illness, what it is and what it is not.
And mental health issues are more common than cancer and diabetes combined?
Exactly. 1 in 4 people in America will have a diagnosis of a mental illness. So you're going to see this across the board, and not all of these people are being treated. And so once we recognize these symptoms of someone who actually has a mental illness, since it's so prevalent in our society, having that education is going to help you actually be more proactive with that person rather than feeling afraid of them, because a lot of them are not out to hurt anyone. It's a hard thing for them as well.
Sure. Tell us about these courses. You said they're 8 hours. What are we going to learn when we take these courses?
When you take the course, you're going to learn about the economic and the emotional cost of dealing with mental illness. You're going to learn the facts about mental illness. One of the biggest goals with this program is to reduce the stigmas. There's a lot of negative connotations associated with them. They're not dangerous people. They're not all out to hurt themselves. They're not all talking to themselves, but they do have issues that require special attention, sometimes medication or therapy. And so this course is going to teach you those signs, the symptoms, the warning signs, so that you actually have a plan in place. And what we teach is a 5-step plan to help people understand, recognize, and assess a person going through this, and also knowing your limitations as well. You're not a mental health professional, but you are a first aider, so you're able to recognize these signs and then move them to appropriate help.
Are mental health issues something that usually come on all of a sudden, or are they pretty gradual over weeks, months?
That's the thing that makes it so hard for a lot of people to diagnose, is because a lot of it is very gradual and it can start off really slowly. But for some people, a traumatic event can cause them to begin having symptoms more prevalent. So for a lot of people, it's a slow, gradual process of declining, and then for others,
So
traumatic event. So there's no rhyme or reason to it, unfortunately.
Now, these courses are being offered by Alta Point in this area right now.
Right now, Alta Point, we can do business. We've had businesses to call us before where we have actually gone to their business. They set up an appointment. They contact us, and we will go out to them and meet with them. And also, we have public courses that we offer, and you can just always go to the Alta Point website and get information about when we're offering a course, and just even learn more about what's going to be offered in the course from that 8-hour course that we offer.
Okay, so we'll have a list of locations where you can get trained in mental health first aid on our Studio 10 page on fox10tv.com. If you'd like to talk with someone at Alta Point, we'll have that phone number on our website as well. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Useful information. Now we're